have tuned into Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now. I'm Shrishti Sharma and with me Cheryl D'Souza. And viewers, today is a special programming for all the women investors out there because we are celebrating International Women's Day just ahead of the time, and this is to actually pay tribute to all the women investors out there, Cheryl, because the women's participation has gone up significantly higher in the recent years. Not just the kind of participation we are seeing from the retail investors. From 16%, this number has clocked into more than 20% as of 2022, and which is really interesting to see. And Cheryl, every day we get so many queries coming in across India from all the lovely ladies.
Actually, it's not only across India, Shrishti, I must say across the globe. We have a lot of viewers who actually tune in from the European region or the Gulf region, actually writing to us day in and day out. And yes, a very good morning to you, Shrishti, and happy Women's Day in advance to all the women investors out there who write to us every day. I know it's disappointing for some of them for whose queries we are unable to take, but hopefully today we'll try and take as many queries as possible and try and actually put some face to the names that we've been seeing every day creep up. So let's actually first take a look at what the markets are doing, because markets are a bit subdued in trade today. 0.5% downtick coming in for the benchmark indices in today's trading session. If you look at Nifty Bank, let's see what the picture is there when it comes to the Nifty Bank as well as the broader markets, because all of them were taking it a bit easy since the word go. Actually, we have not been able to claw back to the day's highest point, though Nifty Bank is trying to make that move as of now. Talking about the advanced decline ratio tilted towards in the favor of the declines is the IT pack that is under pressure in trade today, and primarily this because of a CLSA report that is coming in, and it's not painting a great picture for the IT sector, and that's one of the reasons why you're seeing IT sector in focus, and in fact TCS being the top sector, top loser on the Nifty, followed by Infosys, LTI, Mindtree, HCL Tech. All of them are top losers. Add to that list L&T as well is a bit subdued in trade today. While talking about the gaining end of the market, you have Tata Motors. Yes, the big announcement coming in right post after market hours from Tata Motors that they are going to look to actually go ahead and demerge the company into two listed entities, PV segment and the CV segment. So you have Tata Motors as in focus, Bajaj Auto, SBI, UPL as well as NTPC are the other set of gainers in trade today. So that's the way how the markets are looking like, with the IT sector actually seeing the most impact in today's trading session, Shrishti. But yes, like Shrishti already gave it that introduction that it is the Women's Day special ahead of the International Women's Day, which will be on March 8th. We've decided to celebrate Women's Day today on Buy Now, Sell Now. And we have two guests, very special guests joining us on the show today. We have Dhwani Patel, who is joining us on the technical front today, while we have Shahina Mukaddam joining us on the fundamentals. A very good morning to you, Dhwani, as well as Shahina. Thank you so much for joining us on ET Now. And thank you so much, Shahina, as always, joining us, especially for the Women's Day, making sure that you are actually inspiring a lot more women investors actually to enter into market, to actually look at the companies in a fundamental lens.
So much for your warm introduction, and happy Women's Day to you in advance, and Shrishti also, and all your viewers. Yeah, it's been a wonderful journey, and as of course for women, the start of your career is like full of challenges, but it's the equity markets. It's a very interesting journey. The whole space is very interesting, and your passion keeps you there, alive and going.
Well, Shahina, happy Women's Day, and happy Women's Day to Dhwani as well. And Dhwani, how did you get into the technical side of the stock market, if I may ask? Because if we say the technical front, then very less ladies is what we have spotted in this side of the business, because in our channel as well, sorry to say, but it is majorly male dominated. So how your experience has been, and how the journey has been for you?
Good morning, girls. And I would say girls because women, we are always girls by heart. So happy Women's Day to all of you. And yes, for me, the inspiration was my mother, because she's a trader herself. And that's where I was interested into markets. technical analysis as a subject started interesting me, where I was strong and headed during my internship of focusing on the technical side of it rather than the fundamental side of it. So that's how the technical journey started, and overall, then I started pursuing it as a trader, because coming from a background where I have seen my the females in the house trading. So yeah, that was pretty much of an inspiration for me to move towards the trading side. And technical, nevertheless, was the interest level, because charts speak, 1,000 words are worth the picture that we see over here. So yes, that's how the journey started for me.
All right, so basically Dhwani is like the second generation of a technical analyst, must say, and second generation woman technical analyst. And yes, like Srishti said, not many actually do technical analysis. And a quick note, a quick secret for all of our viewers who don't know, that actually Srishti also makes sure that she also analyzes the charts, and she is very interested in technical analysis. That we've also have this running joke within the studios that in case any of the days we don't have a technical analyst, we know who to go and ask all the technical queries to, though she is not a SEBI registered.
Yes, that's
SEBI
the disclaimer.
yes,
But
that's
thank
the
you so much,
disclaimer.
Cheryl, for making this point in the show, and really grateful for that. As a woman, we are offered a lot of opportunities, and in the workplace as well. I'm glad that I've given so many opportunities, not just the fundamental side. Explore whatever you want to do.
Yes, absolutely, and that's what it is. And we are all known for exploring and also making sure that we conquer every milestone that is set up before us. But with that, actually, let me kickstart taking all of your stock-related queries. We have a lot of them actually pouring in, Shahina and Dhwani. I'm sure you all are going to get breathless by the time we finish the first segment and the second segment, taking all the women queries, especially from all of our women viewers. And let me kickstart this one. The first one coming in from Anu. Anu is writing to us from Gurgaon, and she has about 400 shares of NBCC that she's purchased at the price of around 132 rupees per share. She wants to know what should she do in the short to medium term. Also, she feels that she hasn't participated adequately in the Capex stock rally as well. So where should she actually look to go ahead and participate in this particular arena? What's your take coming in on this, Shahina? What's your take coming in, especially when it comes to NBCC, given the fact that we have seen a lot of push coming in for the entire real estate sector? What's your take on NBCC? And then I'll get Dhwani's take as well.
Well, of course, the stock in the recent past has given a very good performance, and for the shorter term, because of this, it may consolidate, but they have got a huge order book position. And as you mentioned, real estate is picking up. They have got a lot of orders in hand, and I believe she can continue to hold. She can keep a stop loss of close to about 120, but I think it's a stock that one can hold for now for the medium term.
All right, that's the take coming in on NBCC. But let me take the next query, and this query was actually coming in from Neha, where she is saying that she feels like she haven't participated much in the Capex stocks rally. So Shahina, let me come back to you only, because we have seen great moves coming in on all these Capex counters, but at this point in time, any fresh counter that you are eyeing at? Neha is also highlighting that currently she is holding stocks like Thermax, HAL as well as BEL. So what will be your advice in this one?
I think it's an excellent portfolio that she's holding in this pack in infrastructure. She can add a few shipping stocks to it. She can add something like a Cochin shipyard. Continue holding what she has, which is excellent. She can add something like an L&T on dips. I think this completes her portfolio for the medium to longer term in this segment.
Dhwani, I know we missed out to come to you for your view on NBCC. Anu, I will go back to that query that Anu had. 400 shares of NBCC at a price of 132 rupees per share. She wants to know what to do in the short to medium term. So what's your take coming in on NBCC? We already got Shahina's view on that.
technically, when we are talking about the chart structure over here, we've definitely seen that the stock, after the breakout post 95 to 96 levels, we saw the stock moving to 176, and post which currently we are seeing some profit booking coming in on this counter. Her entry is close to the price that is running right now. So I would suggest that please hold on to it with a stop loss over here on the lower side that you must maintain is of 125, 125 being held on. You'll see a further rally coming in on this particular counter, and the exit for this one on the shorter term would be around 172 to 173 levels.
Okay, let me move on to the next query then. And this query that we have is coming from Sudha Rani from Hyderabad. And her query is that she's currently holding IOC 2,000 shares from a price of 125 rupees. Also, she is holding HAL 24 in quantity from a price of 1,450 rupees. Can she hold both of these names or book profits in any of these and rather go ahead and add more for a long-term investment? Shahina, what will be your take coming in on both of these, IOC as well as HAL? Are you still positive in both?
Yeah, I remain positive in both for the shorter as well as the medium term, as well as long term for HAL. Basically, IOC she can review after maybe a couple of quarters, but at current levels, it's definitely a hold because they have got good capacity expansion, and as we see, crude oil prices are remaining stable.
All right, so that's the view coming in on the fundamental side. But Dhwani, both of these counters have shown great moves. So what will be the take on IOC as well as HAL for long-term investment? Any targets to look out for?
Absolutely. IOC on a short-term basis, I can say the overall derivative data is of suggestion over here that 200 is the next level that one should be looking out for. On the lower side, the stop loss has to be maintained over here is at 168. This is a very short-term view over here. Overall, the stock is in a bullish trend where you can expect even exponential gains coming in, because on weeklies, when we are seeing the chartical structure, we are seeing a rise in the ADX. Even the RSI is trading above the range of 70s, which is suggestive that the bullish trend is still there to continue in this particular counter. When we're talking about HAL over here, it's a no-brainer stock for me because every time the stock gives a fresh breakout, it's time to enter in again into this particular counter. Overall, on the short-term basis, if I see for this particular month, the derivative data is suggestive that 3,500 is the next level that we should be looking up at. But post 35, it's more of a portfolio stock actually, where every dip is there to buy into this counter. Trailing stop loss strategy works out the best over here. On lower side, the current stop loss for a 3,500 target should be kept up at 3130, but trailing stop loss based on ATR is what works best in these kind of counters for portfolio investment.
Take some of the queries that are pouring in as we speak. This one is coming specifically for you, Dhwani. It is coming from Nitya. She's writing to us from Chennai. She has 2,500 shares of IDFC First Bank, which she's purchased at the levels of 87 rupees per share. She wants to know what's your outlook when it comes to IDFC First Bank. Makes sense that she exits this particular counter and in fact goes and invests that money in a PSU bank.
Yes, I would definitely suggest an exit out of this counter currently, because since almost September 23, we've not seen the stock move up in the rally. We've been seeing rally coming in different banking counters from the current level. So as of now, IDFC First Bank is something which I would suggest to exit out of. From the PSU sector, you can look up at stocks like Canara Bank. You can look up at SBI also, as a matter of fact. And also over here, we are seeing good chart structures forming in Bank Baroda. So these are certain recommendations on the PSU side from my end.
Moving on then, and one more live query that is coming in from Shalini. And Shahina, she wants a stock where she can go ahead and invest in an SIP way. She wants a particular stock name for a medium-term SIP, and also on the short-term basis, any outlook that you could share on Zensar Technologies.
Well, Zensar Technologies, for the shorter term, it looks like it's consolidating. But I think for the medium to longer term, it's better to actually buy something like a Birlasoft rather than Zensar Technologies. Technologies. It's a larger company and in the same space, almost in the same space. And as far as to enter into an SIP for some large cap stock, you can look at the auto sector. I think Tata Motors is doing pretty well and should do well for the medium to longer term also.
All right, so that's the take coming in from Shahina. On that note, we will slip into a break on this edition of Buy Now Sell Now. When we come back, we'll continue taking a lot more queries from all of our women investors out there. So don't go anywhere. Back, you're watching Buy Now Sell Now, the Women's Day special edition. I just wanted to stand corrected because the second query that we took was coming in from Indu from Poland and not from Neha from Bangalore. Indu had written to us asking about the fact about the Capex stocks where she felt that she hadn't participated totally in the Capex rally, and she's already holding a couple of stocks in her portfolio. And Indu, you already have Shahina that has responded to that query of yours. But apart from that, let me move on to next query, a live query that I'm getting right now. This one is coming from Bhuvaneshwari Ganesh. She's writing to us from Chennai. She's holding Tata Motors at an average price of 655 rupees per share. Keeping the demerger in mind, do you think that it makes sense for her to start adding some more right now? Shahina, let me take your take coming in on Tata Motors. And then actually, I'll also want to take Dhwani's take, given the fact that this is definitely the stock of the day. It has been the stock of almost a year as well, given the fact that it has seen a spectacular rally over the last 1 year as well. Shahina, what's your take? At 1024, you think it makes sense to add some more of Tata Motors in your portfolio?
Well, yes, I would add some more because there is going to be value unlocking with the demerger that has just been announced. That is one point. Second point is the core business itself has started to do pretty well. You have demand picking up for JLR both in China as well as in Europe, and the domestic business, as you know, is doing very well in PVs, as well as you have the EV business that is picking up and doing well. So all in all, I think things are looking good. Debt is also a target area for the company. Debt was high, so that is also one target area to bring down the debt. I think things are working out for the company, and one can add and keep it in your long-term portfolio.
What's your take coming in for Tata Motors? Do you concur with Shahina? Keep adding this in your portfolio?
Absolutely, you must keep adding this particular counter into your portfolio. Overall, the strong bullish trend suggests that the perennial trend is going to continue over here. Volumes is what we keep on seeing a spurt into with every breakout coming in on this counter. We've seen that earlier happening in December 23. Post that we've also seen in February that the volume spurt came in and the stock gave a breakout from its earlier resistance at 900 levels, and now we are also soaring high. In today's session also we are seeing good amount of volume participation coming in, and overall the derivative data also suggests a higher upside over here. In fact, the trading call can also be taken over here for 1100 of a target on the lower side with a stop loss of 1005, but it's more of a portfolio stock that one needs to keep on adding over here.
Cheryl, the men's are definitely having the left out feeling. Why so? Because a lot of our viewers are actually have actually went ahead and written to us with maybe their sister's, wife's or mother's name, and that was so interesting to note. But no cheating allowed. Today, the only chance that we are giving is to all the lovely ladies, and we will do our due diligence as well. So, keeping with that...
Very strict, Srishti is.
Yeah. But let's keep on going because we are getting ample of queries, and the next query is coming in from Anju. And Shahina, what's your take coming in on Central Bank? She's holding 2,500 shares from a price of close to 68 rupees. She's saying that she is at a loss at this one. Will that be a hold or she can go ahead and average this particular stock? And Shahina, she also has Trident, 2,900 shares from a price of 49 rupees. She's at a loss in this one as well.
I think she can continue to hold both of them. Central Bank has, sort of seen a very sharp up move and then some bit of correction from there. But she can hold on that. And Trident also, similar. I think she can continue to hold on both of them, though she's making a little bit of a loss. Do keep stop losses.
Next one is coming from Smita Vikram. She's writing to us from Bangalore, and the reason why we have Smita's picture because she did listen to our plea through the week that do send your pictures. So she's written to us. She's saying, please suggest on CDSL. She's bought about 25 shares at a price of 1,968 rupees per share. She wants to know whether she should continue to hold on to this particular counter. What's your take coming in on CDSL in particular, Dhwani? Do you think it makes sense to stay put with this counter? 1,968 is the buy price for Smita.
She's definitely making some losses over here, but that's not very much over here, counting the quantum that she's holding. In my suggestion, CDSL is in a consolidation on a weekly chart right now, where on the higher side we are not able to move above 1950 levels, and on the lower side we are having a strong support coming at 1755. So in my suggestion, one can hold on to it, keep a stop loss on the lower side, and on the higher side, once you break out above 1950, you will see momentum being built up in this particular counter. The trailing stop loss right now on the lower side that comes up for her is at 1785. If we cross below 1785, there will be a structural reversal coming in over here. But till that time, we are holding a strong support on this.
Okay, moving on then, and taking the next query that is coming from Padma Seva Rao from Bangalore, and she is a regular viewer of ours, and very good to know that she has written to us with a picture as well. And Shahina, her query is on data patterns. She wants to know, is data patterns fully priced in? Should she go ahead and book profits as of now, because she has bought 11 shares from a price of 2,060 rupees a piece?
I think she can continue holding. It's an expensive stock. At the same time, I would say that the business prospects are pretty decent. So continue holding. If at all she would like, she can keep a stop loss close to 2,500 to protect loss to protect her portfolio basically.
This one is coming from Renuka Thomas. She's writing to us from Trivandrum. She's written to us live. She has Infosys 200 shares at a price of 1,350. In her portfolio. She wants to know whether she should stay put with that or look to exit and instead look to buy TCS. Either of the counters, does it make sense, Shahina, to make the switch from Infosys, instead of that go to TCS, or should she just stay put with Infosys? What's your take coming in? No doubt CLSA has come out with a downgrade on both of them.
I would think that one is a medium to longer term holder. One needs to continue to hold your investments in IT, the service large cap IT stocks. And I like TCS as my top pick, but I think it is better, since she's holding Infosys from a lower price, to continue holding it as of now. And she can look to switch at some later date, but Infosys at these valuations also looks interesting. So I would suggest continue holding, don't switch.
Continue holding Infosys, but the next query that I have is it's coming in from Sumedha from Mumbai, and Dhwani, can you check the charts of Likhita Infra, because we don't discuss much about this stock on the fundamental basis. So I wanted to come to you for the technical check, because Sumedha is holding 200 shares from a price of 284 rupees, though she is at a loss, but in the next 6 months, any hopes on recovery and profit?
All right. Likhita Infra, if you're looking currently trading at 260, she's already seeing some losses over here. Overall, the chart has given a reversal from the higher high formation. We are seeing some lower low formation coming in. The next support level for this particular counter is at 250. Given 250 is broken from here, we will see further sell-off coming in till 224. So currently my suggestion would be hold on with a stop loss of 250. If you're seeing lower levels, then please exit out of it.
All right, the next query that is coming in from Jaya, writing to us from Mumbai. She wants to buy Tata Technologies for the long term, Shahina. She wants to invest about 2 lakh rupees. She wants to know whether it's a good price or rather it's a good company, and what price she should look to invest in this one, or you would rather invest, or you would rather suggest her to invest in other stock in the similar sector.
Well, it's a great management, and it's a very good company to hold for the long term. At the same time, I think if she wants to buy, she needs to buy it at lower levels. Do wait for some corrections. I would prefer if she buys it somewhere, maybe closer to about 850, 900. I think those would be better levels. It's very expensive at current levels with the recent issue.
The next query that I have, Dhwani, is coming in from Sangeeta from Chennai, and she's holding 1500 shares of BEL. The stock has been on the up move, a breakout candidate, but Sangeeta is having 60% profit in this one. Good time to book out partial profits maybe, and if she continues to hold on for the next 1 year, then what targets to look out for?
All right. So next 1 year of a target over here on this counter is a little difficult to comment on because the stock is trading at a all-time high. We will see the upward momentum continuing in this particular counter. Overall, yes, absolutely, it is a no-brainer that one must hold on to this one from the current level. Also, it's also an stock for fresh entry. The ones who are looking out for because. Of course, somebody will have a FOMO that they missed on the rally, so you can definitely enter from current level also. Trailing stop loss on the lower side that one needs to maintain is of 200. Having crossed 200 on the lower side, we'll see a structure reversal. But till the time 200 is staying strong over here, we'll see this rally continuing further on the higher side.
On that note, we'll actually slip into a quick break on this edition of Buy Now Sell Now. When we come back, continue taking all of the queries that are pouring in from all of our women investors. So don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to the Women's Day special programming, and continuing with the queries that our lovely ladies have sent us. The next query that I have, Shahina, is coming in from Janvi from Bangalore. Janvi, happy Women's Day to you as well, as she's wishing us happy Women's Day. Shahina, she has a query on L&T, Tata Power as well as KPI Green. Any of the stock that you like at this point in time where she can go ahead and make a fresh investment, maybe for a year?
I would say Tata Power. If I was to pick between the three in that order, would be Tata Power, L&T, and the last one, I didn't get the name, but I think I would prefer these two to start with. And Tata Power, of course, they have got a lot of new capacity that's coming up in green energy. I think that is what is driving both their profitability as well as revenues. So that would be my top pick. And L&T, yes, while I think it will consolidate for some time, given that the projects and the numbers are expected to be better 1 year forward. But I think one can keep adding at any dips to your portfolio.
Coming in from Nalini Subramanian, writing to us from Chennai, and she has CESC 50 shares at a price of around 86 rupees per share. She wants to know whether she should go ahead and book profits partially. Dhwani?
All right. CESC, if you look at the counter, definitely a strong structure. The chart structure was there here on the dailies, but we've seen a reversal coming in. And currently, in the past few sessions, I'm seeing that 20 period average on a daily chart is working out as a resistance over here. So in current scenarios, I would suggest an exit out of this particular counter.
Once again coming to you because this one is a short to medium term query posted by Leena from Kolkata, and Reena has written to us on two counters. Firstly is L&T Finance, where she is holding 500 shares from a price of 150 rupees, and she also has 100 shares of Nelco from a price of 750 rupees. Any short to medium term targets to look out for, and can she go ahead and add more at current levels?
Okay, all right. Looking up at L&T Finance, definitely the stock is trading well over here. We are seeing a fresh breakout will come up above 180. So in my suggestion, L&T is a must hold from current levels, and the trailing stop loss on the lower side that she can maintain over here is of 165 levels. Having crossed, we'll see some structure reversal coming in, but till the time we are holding above it, we will be seeing the bullish move there to continue over here. Looking at Nelco over here, we are trading in a range over here in this particular counter. On dailies, if we see on the lower side, 680 is where the support lies, and on the higher side, 890 is where the resistance is. So from current levels, definitely she can hold on, because as a swing trade, it falls into a category where we are looking up at the higher side over here, moving from the bottom of the channel on the top. So she can hold on to it. Stop loss that she can maintain over here is of 740 for a target of 890 on the higher side.
This one is coming from Sudha. It's a live query coming in for us. This one is from Sudha. She is one of our regular viewers as well, and she has actually IIFL, I believe it's IIFL Finance that she has in her portfolio. Shahina, 150 shares at a price of 430 rupees per share. Also, she has a Piramal Enterprises, 500 shares at a price of 110 rupees per share. Should she look to hold on to them look to exit. Piramal Pharma is the counter, not Enterprise. Piramal Pharma at 110, and IIFL, I believe it is Finance at 430.
Think she should exit from both the counters as of now. IFL Finance, yes, is going through some negative sentiment as well as I think in terms of valuation. And Piramal Pharma also, I think she can look to switch because I think it is one of the expensive stocks in the segment. They are better buys in my view, more value for your buck in pharma as of now. And my top picks over there would be something like an Arvindo, a Cipla, and a Dr. Reddy in that
Shahina,
order.
all right, so those are the topics coming in from the pharma space. But Shahina, what will be your view on Venus Pipes? Actually, Mega from UAE is holding these shares from a price of 1300 rupees. Though she is at a profit in this one, but good time to move out of this one, book the profits, or continue to hold on.
I would suggest she continues to hold on. The balance sheet is also reasonably good, and I would say that business is also improving. So she should continue to hold. Keep reviewing the stock because it is one of the smaller stocks in the segment.
All right, let me take this one from Poonam. Poonam had written to us earlier this week. She is writing to us from Pune, Punjab, and she is one of our regular viewers as well. She wants to know about Anmol, 700 shares at a price of 60 rupees and 100 shares of AU Small Finance Bank that she has in her portfolio. She wants to know what to do with these counters. What's your take coming in on this, Dhwani, AU Small Finance as well as Anmol?
Looking up at the structure of Anmol over here, it's currently trading at 55, and we've seen a structure reversal coming in on this counter. I would suggest an exit out of this particular level because on short-term basis, this stock can further slip down. The next demand zone for the stock or the support zone, as we say, it comes around 47 levels. So it's an exit from the current level for this particular counter. And when we're talking about AU Small Finance, right?
AU Small Finance, though she's not mentioned her buy price for that particular counter.
All right. So looking up at the chart structure, I would just broadly tell you about the levels. We've seen a breakdown coming in on this counter earlier this month or January end, where the stock has slipped down. We had seen a double top formation coming at 880, but I don't see any respite coming in. The next support level on the lower side is further down to 550 to 525 levels. So this is also an exit from my side.
But Dhwani, once again coming to you because this query is coming from Anjana and she wants an advice on two counters. Firstly is SW Solar. She bought the shares from a price of 554 rupees and she also has Rallis India from a price of 242 rupees. In both of these, she is having decent profits. What to do next? Should she continue to hold on or move out and look for any other opportunities? Dhwani, your advice on SW Solar as well as Rallis?
All right, I missed if you mentioned my name for the query. So talking about SW Solar right now, we are looking at a weak chart structure coming in on this particular counter. For the time being, you would see certain profit booking coming in, but the stock overall here is maintaining its positive side over here. So I would suggest holding on to this counter. Stop loss that one needs to maintain over here is on the lower side of 535, and you can keep on holding it for a period of 3 to 6 months over here, and a breakout above the level of 624 will leave a further momentum coming in into this particular counter. Can you please let me know the second stock that we're talking about?
Rallis India. Rallis India, her buy price was around 244 rupees.
All right. She's already gaining some profits over here, and further, the chart structure also suggests that a breakout above 275 over here positionally will turn out to be a bullish trade on the higher side. So, in my opinion, she can hold on to this particular counter, and over here, I would suggest that please trail your stop loss to your cost, so you are not losing out on any money over here in the capital terms.
This next query that I have is coming in from Anusha, writing to us from Karnataka, and she has two questions. One is which sector is the best to invest this year for long term as well as a short to medium term investment. And the second question is that she's bought Savita oil at 455 rupees per share. She wants to know whether she can hold on to this for the next 2 to 3 months. What's your take coming on both of these queries, Dhwani?
All right. Well, taking a look at Savita Oil, I do not track this counter particularly because overall there is a very less of technical data that I'm finding over here. But the stock is holding an upward trajectory. So technically what you can do over here is hold on with a trailing stop loss on the lower side. 429 breached on the downside will give further sell-off coming in this counter. And overall sector wise, I am definitely looking up at pharma as one of the picks, and auto sectors from where you can pick up. In pharma particularly, where I'll be looking up at Biocon. The stock is also trading higher in today's trade, so you can move over to those or keep investing into these counters.
Okay, moving on then, and the next query that I have is coming in from Neha from Bangalore. She earlier written to us on the hospital counters, and yesterday itself we helped her with the expert take on this one, but now she has written to us on Ambuja Cements. Shahina, on Ambuja Cements, she's having around 30% profit, and Adani Green, she's having around 23% profits in these names. What will be your outlook and advice on both of these names, maybe in the short to medium term? Can she look out to book out profits, or maybe make a switch to stocks like Dalmia Bharat, etc., or any of the stocks that you track?
Both the stocks that she's holding look good even at current levels. Adani Cements, the numbers were pretty good for the quarter, and it does look like it's going to keep its uptrend up in terms of stock price. So you can continue to hold, and the same goes with Adani Green. I think they're also, but the valuations are extremely expensive. But the way the stock has shown momentum, I would keep a stop loss and continue to hold.
Coming to you, Dhwani, any targets that you have for both of them, Ambuja and Adani Green, if you are of the view that she should hold on to this counter?
All right. When we're talking about, just a second over here. Ambuja Cements on the higher side, definitely we are looking at an upward trajectory coming in, and overall, as of now, the first level of resistance comes at 650 levels. So 650 is where she can look up at a short-term target to book in profits. And the second stock that we're talking about,
Adani Green, actually.
Okay, Adani Green, definitely this is one thing that you must hold on into your portfolio, that, the green energy things that are going on around with even the solar stocks picking up in the past few sessions. We're seeing some profit booking coming in, but Adani Green is ready for a fresh rally over here. A breakout above 2020 levels will give fresh momentum into this counter. So definitely one can hold on to this counter. On the lower side, you can maintain a stop loss on Adani Green at 1855.
Right, that's the take coming in on both of these stocks. But with this, it's once again time to slip into a very short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Watching Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now, and before we just slip into the rapid fire very quickly, a quick note for all of our viewers. Yes, we have a lot of women investors writing to us, a lot of queries that have not been addressed. Don't be disheartened, because given the fact that we have a heavy demand, we will be back with the special episode on Friday as well. But for now, let me start taking the rapid fire then. And the first one coming from Tapasya from Mumbai, 1,000 shares of this Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank at 580 rupees per share. When would it double? Dhwani, any idea?
Difficult to comment on this particular counter over here as I'm not tracking it, but overall, just an investment advice. Don't invest with the point of view of doubling your money over there. Look up at a disciplined approach and you'll find something fruitful coming in.
All right, Shahina, what will be your advice on Force Motors? Anjali has bought these shares from a price of 2,500. Good time to book out profits or continue to hold on?
Continue to hold.
All right, this next one is coming in from Bharti, writing to us from all the way from Dubai, and Bharti has 1,500 shares of Castrol at 180 rupees per share for the last 7 to 8 years. Shahina, should she now look to exit from Castrol and invest in another company? and also should it be from the power sector?
She can continue to hold cash flow. Hold it.
Okay, Dhwani, the next query that I have is coming from Mahalakshmi. She has also shared a very cute picture of hers. She is having Bajaj Finance from a price of close to 6,500 rupees. Good to hold on, or rather she can go ahead and make a switch to stocks like Jio Financials.
She can make a switch over here. The stock is in a downward trajectory. Exit is better.
Lakshmi has written to us from Bangalore. 3 stocks, Tata Motors is a buy from all of them, Lakshmi. But Manappuram and LTI Mindtree, can she look to buy right now, Shahina?
Well, Manappuram, I think she should wait for dips to buy, and LTI Mindtree she can hold.
Okay, Dhwani, what will be your advice on Coforge? Asta is holding 25 shares from a price of 6,600 rupees. In the next 3 to 6 months, can we expect a target of 7,000?
No, the stock is in a downtrend. We're already seeing resistance coming in around 6,800 levels. It's an exit from my side.
We have Asha Nayak, who's written to us from Bangalore, sent us a pic. Unfortunately, we cannot put it on air right now, but she wants to know whether she can buy Bank of Baroda right now for the long term, Shahina.
Yes, she can buy Bank of Baroda. Valuations are still attractive.
Alright, but with this we are completely timed out in this edition of Buy Now Sell Now. Thank you so much, Dhwani, as well as Shahina, for joining us today on this special edition and the Women's Day special show as well.
Absolutely, and we will try and come back on Friday to answer all of this queries coming in from all of our women investors. But tomorrow we'll be back with Buy Now Sell Now. So it's a goodbye from Shrishti, myself, and the team that put the show together. Stay tuned. Markets at noon coming up next.